Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy, Walden University. And this video is actually the first video that I'm making for 2023. And this was precisely drawn at the stroke of midnight on January 1st, 2023. Here, one of the things that I want to point out is the ascendant is Libra, and the ruler of Libra is Venus. So if we go down here in Venus and then it's flanked by it is what is important. The flanking takes place with Mercury on one side and then Pluto on the other side. So it's a very deep sort of understanding of all things Venus. And so maybe this is on the 5th house, so it's kind of like understanding kind of the deeper elements of personality and as it evolves, because the ascendant is connected to personality. If we look at the 4th house, something else is becoming interesting. This is considered the IC, the very opposite of the midheaven. And what's interesting that's happening is that along the 4th house, the sun is actually right there. So the 4th house is pertaining to not only your inner psyche, but also understanding the place of home in different places. And all of these are in Capricorn. So you look for the place where Saturn is. So there's even a connection with Saturn here because of Capricorn. And that is located in the 6th house. And then looking at Quran being on the 7th house. And again, this is flanking the 7th house. So the whole 7th house has to do with Chiron. And Quran was a wounded healer. That's how what we know about. So again, exploring some deeper emotions and whatnot. And then the moon, of course, is very important when we're thinking about. And mind you, this is actually a whole year sort of predictions. So this is for the year 2023. So a Uranian sort of moon, again, it's kind of quirky, sort of deeper emotions. Moon is, of course, deeper emotions. And Cancer is actually in the midheaven. So the moon and Uranus is in the 8th house. Mars is on the 9th house, so any sort of initiation of education is very important, and there is a spark in Mars. Take advantage of that. And so throughout the year, these are the predictions that's out there. Make use of all of these as you go throughout the year. Many times people say that the 1st house is the first phase, 2nd house, 3rd house, 4th house. So it's kind of, if you divide this up into 12 months, then this is what happens in terms of the signs, if you pay attention to that. So sign, rulers, and then the next thing is aspects. So Sun has a positive aspect with the Moon and Uranus. So they're kind of going to be struggle, but it's a good struggle. It's a trine. So trines are always good. Now squares are a little bit more difficult to deal with. So squares are building blocks, typically, that they say. And so there's a nice little square, and of course it's not. It's considered not as positive as the trine. But there's some interaction there, and it may be difficult at times between Quran and the Sun. And so you can look at each of these squares and try to understand what is going on. It seems like there's a lot of aspects with Quran. So you can take a look at these and kind of plan your year around this. Thank you for listening.